We're at Forestdale Cemetery of Holyoke, Massachusetts. We're towards the front where it borders with Pleasant Street and Campbell Street. And this cemetery has a lot of Civil War burials, people that survived the Civil War and were buried as veterans later. There's a veteran section in the medium back. And they used to have special GAR, Grand Army Republic encampments here. This one says General Patrick, number 71 of the GAR. Now, we'll go around each side, I'll tell you what they say. And what they do is, these GARs buy plots of land for themselves, the burials, but they also buy plots of land very typically where there are no burials, and they do that to memorialize the soldiers and to honor the veterans. There's a difference. Memorialize, you mean that the soldier died because of that war, and there's two Civil War soldiers that in the cemetery itself, and then the veterans themselves, of course, did not die of the war, so they honor them with special plaques. This one says Estelle Johnson, 1058, Daughters of Union Veterans of the Civil War. Another picture of it. Okay, the last stop on around this circle, you stop here because there's a plaque on top of a stone. It's hard to read, and I'll read it to you. Dedicated to the unknown dead, 1861, 1865. If you stop at Veterans Park of Holyoke, there are 55 names on the three sides of the statue, and those names, 55, have been also redone on bronze plaques on the base. Most of the men we know where they're buried around the United States. Two are buried in the cemetery from Holyoke. Some of those 55 Holyoke men, we don't know where they're buried around the United States. And that's why this says dedicated to the unknown dead. We don't know where they're buried. That very often happens when you have a small skirmish between the Union and the Confederacy, and they have to bury the body near a brook or an oak tree, and they don't remember where they put the body, and they can't find it when they come back, well, weeks later. So this is trying to honor them. Now there's a couple places I want to point out. To the side here, there's some enormous stones. Right? There's two enormous stones. The one in the near distance, it says on it, Street. And that's the Whiten Street family. Whiten Street is a great benefactor to Holyoke. When he died, he left to Holyoke the equivalent of millions of dollars. And their money was $500,000, but now it'd be like $20 to $30 million. The interest, he let the charity take some off the interest every year, and they donate to the towns and cities around the Holyoke area. They named the Whiten Street Reservoir after him. Now there's even a larger gravestone behind them, and that's Timothy Merrick,